in the most data-rich environment in history. Every step we take, every move we make, it's a data point. We have the most information we've ever had in a generation. But what do we do with it? My journey with data started on a volleyball court. I wanted to be an All-American as a college athlete. That was a really exciting thought, but when I said it out loud, it felt like saying I wanted to climb Mount Everest. It was ambitious, and I had to find a measurable way to understand what that really meant. When you have a goal that large, you have to be able to see a clear path, and you have to understand how you're going to get there. So I started asking questions. What is an All-American? How are they chosen? And what statistics matter? And it was interesting. I learned something. You don't become an All-American because you want it, because we all did. You become an All-American because you meet the stats. And once I understood what those statistics were, I was able to build a plan. Later, I found myself in corporate America, and I saw a trend. Companies believed that they understood what growth meant. They thought that they understood what customers really wanted. Much of that belief was built on assumptions, and assumptions can really only take you so far. For example, a company might hire a popular celebrity to represent their brand, and if visibility is your goal, that could be an amazing decision. But what if it's revenue? That is an entirely different set of questions. Did it generate sales? Did it generate measurable growth? That's where having the right data really matters. Not because it's going to tell you if a campaign was good or bad, but because it's going to tell you if that campaign was the appropriate measure to meet the goal you were trying to achieve. Then later, I make the big leap to join entrepreneurship. Very scary. And once I made that leap, I had to ask an entirely different question. Where could data have the biggest impact? Where could it be best applied, and where could my skills really shine? Cities. Cities traditionally have used past data to plan for the future. But what we all know is that things are moving so quickly in the world today. Everything changes at the speed of light. And what COVID has taught us is that entire economies can shift at the drop of a dime. And when I began to apply data to economic development, something interesting happened. I saw that cities are facing the same things we all are. Difficulty making decisions in a challenging environment that is literally changing daily. Being able to see clearly through the uncertain times that we're facing. And having an understanding of what's happening today in order to act right now. So I operate within a specific framework built around one thing: the ability to take good information, apply it to a system over and over again to get to an impactful action. And in order to apply something like that, you have to ask the right questions. So, what are your goals? And I don't mean a vague aspiration. I mean a measurable goal. Something that you can see very clearly, that you can put on paper, and you can create a path to, and you can celebrate once you get there. I wanted to be an All-American. That was a very daunting goal. But had I not found a way to achieve that in a measurable way, it could have easily gone from an aspiration to a regret. Next, what data is going to get you there? What metrics can you see that allow you to see the path to that goal clearly? And this part is kind of difficult because you have to see where you stand on that metric today, and that requires honesty. We can all find information that will tell us that we are awesome, we are the best, we are great. But if we continue to look for information that tells the story we want to tell, it stifles our progress. So you have to find honest metrics that truly allow you to see yourself clearly and have an understanding of where you stand today. Had I not seen myself clearly as an All-American, I would have never achieved the goals that I wanted to achieve. It would have been wonderful to say I wanted it. I could have complained. I could have made all the excuses in the world if I didn't achieve it. But the way I had to get there was to be honest. I had to see the data clearly and understand where my progress lied within that. Next, you need a system. And I don't mean just AI for AI's sake, more technology, more dashboards. No, I mean a system built around your goals. A system that allows you to see clearly where you stand on the scale and measure repeatedly over and over again your progress and get you back on course when you may fall off. Becoming an All-American for a college athlete is a really difficult thing because not only do you have to be honest about where you stand on the scale, you have to truly see your progress with where your practices are. Am I getting enough sleep? Am I partying when I really should be in the gym? So being able to measure yourself and have a system allows you to see when you may veer off course, and it allows you to hold yourself accountable. And that's really where many people stop. Today, we're at an inflection point. AI can process information faster than any of us could have imagined. We have more data than we could have ever thought possible, yet we still lack clarity. Why is that? Because so many times we're using data, we're using analysis to tell the story we want to tell. And that should not be the goal. Greatness is not built on a single action. Greatness does not happen because we want it and we believe we are great. Greatness happens because we see the data clearly and we see the truth. We are willing to hold ourselves accountable. Accountability is tough. Change is difficult. Growth is uncomfortable. But without facing those things, you will never achieve what you wanted to achieve. I wanted to be an All-American. That required me to see myself clearly. It required that I see my progress and my activities on and off the court. It required that I listen to coaches that could see things that I might not have been able to see. And it required me be honest with my goal and my ability to get there. Take a look at the gaps in your own life. Be honest with yourself. Truly see what your goals are and the metrics that will get you there. Build a system, be it at home or in your work, that allows you to measure your progress, that allows you to see yourself clearly. Use the data to really see the truth and accept it. Because when you do those things, you can build a path that can lead to greatness. But in order to do that, you have to be honest. And you have to have the courage to follow where the data leads, because you never know where you might land. Thank you.